Most famous quotes and advice of Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a German-born theoretical physicist, widely acknowledged to be one of the greatest physicists of all time. Einstein is best known for developing the theory of relativity, but he also made important contributions to the development of the theory of quantum mechanics. Relativity and quantum mechanics are together the two pillars of modern physics. His work is also known for its influence on the philosophy of science. Albert Einstein was 3 or 4 years old before he could speak and 7 before he could read, and he slouched his way through school. He also had some trouble remembering his address. He received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his services to theoretical physics, and especially for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of quantum theory. One of Einstein's colleagues asked him for his telephone number one day. Einstein reached for a telephone directory and looked it up. "You don't remember your own number?" the man asked. "No," Einstein answered. "Why should I memorize something I can so easily get from a book?" His intellectual achievements and originality resulted in Einstein becoming synonymous with genius. Here are the best phrases and advice that he left us. "The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears, for there's no risk of accident for someone who's dead. The release of atom power has changed everything except our way of thinking. The solution to this problem lies in the heart of mankind. If only I had known, I should have become a watchmaker. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. Insanity is doing the same thing, over and over again, but expecting different results. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Logic will get you from A to Z, imagination will get you everywhere. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Try not to become just a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is to not stop questioning. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. The person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. The hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. Great spirits have often encountered violent opposition from weak minds. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Education is what remains after one has forgotten everything he learned in school. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. In order to form an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must, above all, be a sheep. An example isn't another way to teach, it is the only way to teach. If a cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind, of what then is an empty desk? The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing. When the solution is simple, God is answering. Money only appeals to selfishness and always tempts its owners irresistibly to abuse it. Can anyone imagine Moses, Jesus, or Gandhi armed with the money bags of Carnegie? An empty stomach is not a good political advisor. The difference between genius and stupidity is, genius has its limits. Everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. If A is a success in life, then A equals X plus Y plus Z. Work is X, Y is playing, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. Men marry women with the hope they will never change. Women marry men with the hope they will change. Invariably, they are both disappointed. It would be possible to describe everything scientifically, but it would make no sense. It would be without meaning, as if you described a Beethoven symphony as a variation of wave pressure. A ship is always safe at the shore, but that is not what it is built for. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. Even on the most solemn occasions, I got away without wearing socks, and hid that lack of civilization in high boots. A person starts to live when he can live outside himself. Let every man be respected as an individual, and no man idolized. Technological change is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. The only justifiable purpose of political institutions is to ensure the unhindered development of the individual. Work is the only thing that gives substance to life. Never lose a holy curiosity. When you look at yourself from a universal standpoint, something inside always reminds or informs you that there are bigger and better things to worry about. Paper is to write things down that we need to remember. Our brains are used to think.